Hi everyone, it's me, Vie Darling, the Cosmic Queen, and your reader and energy interpreter. I am doing this little IGTV video as a brief intro to the new moon energy, and I'm gonna post this obviously tonight on the 10th of May, but I will be doing full-length video for Patreon tomorrow, and this is going to be at most 15 minutes. The Patreon video is going to be they're generally an hour to an hour and a half. So if you like this video, you know, like, comment, share, save, all those amazing things. But more than anything, I would really encourage you to subscribe to the Patreon. The tier that is going to have this new moon video is called the Moon, and every tier beyond the moon is going to have access to this video. So that all being said, welcome. We're going to be using my new deck, Crystal Visions Tarot. With this, with IGTV, I don't show you the chart. I don't really get into the astrology as much. That is something that you have to subscribe to Patreon to have access to. But I am trying out this thing where I do like a little bit of an abbreviated reading, and then offer an extended version of the reading for my Patreon subscribers. So I don't want to keep shuffling so loudly in y'all's ears, but we are calling in the energy of Great Spirit. We're calling in the energy of the new moon for clarity around what this moon has to offer. We're calling in information as to how we can best work with the energy of this sacred energy for our well-being and healing. Okay, so bottom of the deck is calling to me. I get Ace of Wands. I really like this deck. It's new. This is the second time that I've used it. This is the Ace of Wands. There's a little dragon with like dragonfly wings, and it's kind of looping around this scepter with this like ruby on the tip of it. And I perceive that this is a baby dragon. So this is like, we're coming into some really new, powerful, creative, sacred energy. I associate this with the sacral chakra, and our divine femininity and our ability to create, right? Our ability to create the world around us. And I feel that, I know that this is also the last moon before this, like, this kicks off eclipse season. The subsequent moons, you know, actually, I do want to say some of my Ascension symptoms recently, and I also get Justice in reverse. Some of my Ascension symptoms lately have been just not wanting to go to sleep, just having this restless feeling, not wanting to go into the dream realm, because like it feels like very subconscious energy whenever I like go into the dream realm and like sleep. So I've kind of like, I see this as a visual, I see this as like me kind of like, you know, when you're like sinking your body into an either very hot or very cold body of water, and you're like holding yourself out on the side and you're easing yourself in. That's kind of like how this energy feels to me, of me, like before I go to sleep. It's like, oh, and then I just like plop into the water. But I think just if I like, for that visualization, and I do want to actually like, let's look at the card. In the direct position, she's this fairy with a single sword, angel wings, and justice. We know this is, well, this is 11 here, but justice is associated with Libra, which is the 7th sign. So it's about balance. I mean, 11 is also about balance. 1 and 1 is a divine, like a highly powerful spiritual number. And she's holding these scales, and she's standing on the bank between, like, the water is converging in front of her. It's coming from various different sources, and it's all converging in front of her. She's looking away from the sword, and she's looking at the scales, and the sun is behind her. And I perceive this as, you know, this was also in the indirect position. And I think that this speaks to that energy of like not wanting to sink into the water, not wanting to like get in because it's uncomfortable. Our body hasn't acclimated to it yet. Whatever's coming is right for us. And it's very scary to get what we want, because then we can lose it. Then we have to do the work of maintenance to maintain it. That's a little bit too much accountability for some of us, and it can feel very daunting. It can feel very scary. I'm going to bring in Tarot del Fuego for a little clarification here. I'm traveling, so I have my cards in Ziploc bags, which I know is like not my favorite way to keep them, but you know, don't judge me and I'll do my best to not judge you. So what this 11 is telling me is like, you know, there's a lot of energy coming from a lot of different places, and it's all culminating together here in the here and now. And it's all merging to create one stream of consciousness. So there's, well, it is Gemini season, and this new moon is in Taurus. As we make our way towards the full moon that's going to be in Sagittarius, which is going to be an eclipse, as we make our way towards that, you know, we're going to be working with this energy of the new moon in Taurus. Like, what have we learned throughout the past of Taurus season? That is something that we want to, like, carry with us into Gemini season. The thing about Gemini season is it is mutable air. It is fast and quick. And I feel, especially right now, so fast that, you know, just with us having Mercury and Venus and the North Node all in Gemini. And so throughout Gemini season, all of the personal planets are going to make contact with that North Node, and it's gonna level us up. It's gonna be a real reconciliation. Are we really about what we say we're about? Are we really willing and ready to live in our purpose? Or is it just more lip service? Because especially with Gemini can give a lot of lip service, and all signs can give a lot of lip service, but Gemini can give a lot of lip service. But Geminis and Sagittarians have a tendency to not put their money where their mouth is. That is called not living with integrity. That is called being disingenuous. You get 3 of Cups in the reverse position. I don't know why the energy has been asking me to like split the deck like this in this way, but okay. We get 3 of Cups in the reverse position. How are we stopping our growth? And to me, especially with the throat chakra clearing and the high heart, a high heart is like being really powerful here. It's between the heart and the throat, and I'm like clutching it. And it's like, what are we afraid to let go of? Because, you know, we're human. You know, and it's like our little child version of ourself, which in my opinion is closer to our higher self than we humans are. One thing that I channeled, and then I saw it corroborated for me, so I get 2 of Wands and I get 4 of Wands. I love that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 2 of Wands and 4 of Wands. It's like super coming together energy. It's quite romantic, isn't it? But it really is a lot of, and that's actually the third Wands card that we've gotten. What have we been afraid to let go of? The realizations are coming in fast and quick, and I don't think that we need to really speak on them. I think what we really need to do is live them, because it's not even really about, you know, the throat, which is potentially like there's clearing because it's been overactive. Perhaps it's been an overactive throat chakra, and that's been the problem. But we haven't been living in the truth of our, our actions haven't met our words. Like I said, a whole lot of lip service and not actually showing up. And now we're being asked to show up throughout Gemini season. So with this new moon, it's really about, okay, lived practices. It's Taurus, it's tangible, it's felt, it's embodied. And how do we embody our truths? Do we embody our truths? Because if we do, it is pushing out all of the toxicity, the spiritual toxicity, the karmic toxicity, like the indoctrination, the ancestral trauma, you know, all of that, like karma from like past lives, whatever. All of that is being pushed out, and all of those are the narratives that we cling to tell our story. But at the same time, where are we disempowering ourselves by not being true to ourselves? That's really what it's asking. And so what we're sowing, because we know with a new moon, that's fertile ground. Many people are like, oh my God, full moon. A new moon is it's a dangerous ass energy, to be quite honest, because if you're not careful about what energy you're putting out there and how you are interacting with the energy around you as a co-creator of the universe and your life and consciousness and experience, that's something that's going to be perpetuated for an entire cycle. You know, so new moon is dangerously powerful kind of energy when you're not being mindful. Tuning into this energy, you know, if this is where we set intentions. This is where we can really feel into ourselves and feel like what is super necessary. Like you might feel drained in a way, like I associate it as like this howling at the moon kind of energy. Like what is this? And Taurus, and I mean this really goes back to all of that dark feminine energy that I've been talking about. I'm gonna check my book of shadows for what I was talking about at Scorpio season last year and Taurus season last year too. But like this is the culmination of a cycle, and it feels like, you know, howling at the moon energy. What is it that our inner wild woman archetype, our inner dark feminine, our inner Lilith has been calling out for? And we know we cannot live without it. And how have we been allowing ourselves to be shortchanged? Now, if we really want to, we'll receive it, but it's gonna be, you know, we've got to let go of a lot of things to be able to do that. In the reverse position, that stream of consciousness is coming from the earth unto her, and then the light is coming out from her. She's not looking at the sword, she's looking at the scales, remember. But put down your old tools, because they're not gonna work anymore in this space, in this realm. So we put them down. All that was no longer need be, and it no longer need hold weight with all that is. There's so much more to be said, especially about what the actual astrology is, but in order to access that, I would recommend clicking the link in my bio and subscribing to the moon tier or above of my Patreon. And that video will be made tomorrow. I love you all truly and deeply. I hope you enjoyed this video.